is where we get back to, like, about your horse being sick, right? So we assume. We don't ask a question, we don't, like, you know, he's got a runny nose, well, he's sick. Well, not always, right? Projections and expectations that we put upon them, right, without asking a question. So then we go back to this and we project on them that they're sick, and we project on them that they're sick when they're not sick, but they will get sick. If we keep, you know, going at that. This is the same way with people, right? And it's the behavioral thing is the same thing, right? And we project on there and we put that out there, and it's an energy that they don't completely understand, but then it creates a gray area or a worry in their world that they don't get, and then stress. Well, let's just use stress because everybody understands. So it creates stress in their world that they don't quite get, and then it creates all these other things that, you know, yeah, okay, sure enough. If you want him to be sick, he'll be sick. Right? And I'm not to say that when a horse is sick, you don't do something about it, but there's probably 50% of the time when there's nothing wrong, but the energies we put around create something.
In a horse, in our kids.
In yourself, in your own body.
In your
You
body.
create it in yourself, right?
Yeah.
You know, so that's the thing that not everybody quite understands and gets to. You know what I mean? So ask a question, and do they get sick? Yes, they do get sick. I'm not going to argue that. There's horses, I've seen them. We've all seen horses that are sick, people that are sick. And they need some sort of contribution, whether it be a vet, whether it be just energetically, medications, all these things. But we also don't get that we create, to 50% of the time, I'm going to say 50% of the time, maybe 75% of the time, we create it. As a society, as a whole, we create it. With our projections and our expectations and our decisions and our judgments and all of that energy that we put at that.
And a great example of that is Newton and the horse trailer.
Yes. Yep.
It's funny how much when you project and expect that they're not going to load in the trailer, that they don't load in the trailer.
Right.
So when you clear that stuff, then you actually give them the freedom to choose to actually step in the trailer, as opposed to fighting with them and trying to control them to get them to load in the trailer.
Right.
With riding.
Right.
So like my dad always said, you better watch that horse when you get on him, because he'll buck your ass off. So of course now that's playing in my head. Dad's projected that on my horse and on me, which none of it's mine. And I would even be nervous when I would go to get on him, even after I asked him if he would look after me.
Right. Yes. Because you didn't believe in your own awareness.
Totally.
Is that right? You were taking someone else's reality and laying it over top of yours.
It's really cool to use the tools of Access to have way more ease and contribution and gifting and receiving around your horse, when you're riding your horse, and then it kind of ripples out into every aspect of your life, because when you can have contribution, gifting and receiving with a horse, where else can you have it?
Right.
Because a horse he's way more willing to receive it from you. He's going, yay, it's about fucking time, lady.
Right.
Or, sir, and then it's almost like you start asking the questions so that can be created in the rest of your life. And when you start doing that, that's where the magic actually starts happening.
Cool. Yeah, I agree, because so the horse gives you the space of no judgment.
Yes.
So then you can get the confidence in your awareness from that space of no judgment, and you can carry it out into the world where there is all of this judgment, but you know it's not yours.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because when you're with the horse, you can function more of who you are and who you be without that space of judgment. And then it's easier for me, at least, to carry that out into the world and then go, no, that doesn't match. That's not mine. That's not who I be, right? And that's not where I go. Cool.
let them play.
They actually are relative to everything in your life.
Yes.
Your vehicles, your animals, yourself, your body, all of these things. And we don't actually, really what the deal is we don't give ourselves enough credit for what we create. So we don't get that we create all the crap in our lives. We don't get that we can create all the good stuff in our lives. So then you don't acknowledge that. So therefore you're unconscious to it and you don't even realize what you're creating. Because you're never taught how to create your life.
No.
Right?
You're not taught to make a choice either.
I thought life just happened to you. People got lucky, things like that. Like that was my point of view. And I'm not saying that things don't happen, that, you know what I mean, vehicles break down and, stuff happens. How you deal with it is different. But if you look back, you created part of that too. Like, oh, maybe I should have got rid of that vehicle 6 months ago or a year ago or whatever before it broke down. So say, this is a perfect example. Say your horse doesn't want to own you anymore or be owned by you. People want to take that personal. So then they don't.
Or make themselves wrong.
Make themselves wrong. Exactly, Jennifer. Or make it significant. Instead of, oh, cool, okay, so how can we make this work? And actually have that discussion with the horse. Okay, I get you on, so can you help me find you a new owner? But I need another horse, so how can this all work out?
Ease
and turn out better than I ever expected. Because we always automatically go to the space of, well, if I get rid of my horse, then I need another horse, and that's going to be, I'll never find another horse as good, and all of these things, right? So that now you've created something that hasn't even happened yet. It's like the horse deal I made when I traded a completely bomb-proof broke gelding for a 3-year-old foal. Straight across, no money. And then the person who has that I traded the broke gelding for won't sell him for any amount of money. They think he's the greatest thing in the world. And me and the young horse now are actually a better match than I even thought we'd be. So in this reality, people are like, well, you got, there should have been money, or you got screwed because you traded a, completely broke bomb horse for a horse that was just barely started, actually. But the reality of it was it worked for everyone, even the horses, because the horses were actually the ones that started it all in motion.
Yeah.
And had it worked out before we got there late, as per usual.
Well, and it's even interesting that you talk about the horses start that all in motion too as well, because Newton was owned by my grandfather, and I required a horse, and I honestly didn't think that Grandpa would let me ride him, and I asked anyways. That was totally Newton being like, hey lady,
Yeah.
you are it.
Yeah. I desire a new owner,
Yeah,
or to own someone different.
yeah,
And right now I'm picking you,
yeah,
if you're willing to listen to me. Right?
yeah. So how much did Newton actually have to do with all of that?
Yeah, well,
All of it.
a good portion of it, like that's where his energy went. Now what you have to do is give yourself a little bit of, acknowledge yourself for being willing that you created some of that as well, and you were willing to listen to the energy of it all, ask for what you wanted, right? So this is what it is. It's not just one or the other.
No.
It's a combination. It's a big circle of communion, and if we're all willing to kind of function from there to create something greater, like what else is possible? It is cool. Because when you can look back at that and go, oh, actually, I did create that. Oh, cool. What else can I create? What else do I desire? What do I want my life to be like? Because if you do not create your life, the universe will create it for you. Right? So,
And that's where some things get created in your life that you don't actually desire.
right.
Yeah.
Because the universe hears your words and it's like, oh, that's what you want. Or your thoughts or your feelings or your emotions. And you don't even realize what you've created. And you're like, that's crap.